Hey guys, this is Mo for Phone Fight, and today we're doing part 1 of our review of the HTC HD7. T-Mobile's first and currently their only Windows Phone 7 device, still waiting on their other one to come out. It is also the only Windows Phone 7 device to feature this big a screen, 4.3-inch touchscreen. If this phone looks familiar, the reason why is you probably met its older brother, the HD2. This is the successor to the HD2, and it definitely shows from the way the phone is made. The phone features, right up here you have the speaker to listen to phone calls. Underneath there, it's not really visible until it's lit, is a LED indicator light to notify you of any messages or anything you may have missed. The top right here features a logo, a T-Mobile logo. Over here features the HTC logo. Right up on the top here, there you go, you can probably see it, the light sensor, proximity sensor, obviously a 4.3-inch touchscreen, capacitive touchscreen. This is the same LCD screen as the HD2, no upgrade there. It's a fingerprint magnet, I have to warn you right off the bat. Down here you have the Windows Phone 7 mandatory buttons, the search button, home button, and back button. Down here what looks like another speaker is just for looks. I do like that though, it does give it an even look, so that way you don't have a speaker up here with nothing down here. It gives it a nice symmetrical look. Right here on the bottom we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB port, micro USB port, and a microphone turned to the side. We have a nice camera button right here. It's a shortcut key to get to the camera, also the shutter button. It's sticking out pretty nice, pretty comfortable to press. You have the volume up and down keys right over here. I did notice, just because this is such a big phone, that when you are coming up to the lock button, you do hit those frequently, changing the volume settings. And up here is the volume button, or the the power lock button. I just want to show you, this button is almost so flush to the phone, and if you listen, it's a little bit loose too. It is a little bit difficult sometimes to get feedback to know if you're actually pressing the button, just because it is almost so flush to the phone. You have nothing else over here on this side, and this side is also plain. The look of the phone, it's got this nice little accent going around the sides. It's trying to be like a chrome accent. I believe it's plastic, the way it feels. It's real plasticky, but it does give it a sexy look. It's a big upgrade look-wise from the HD2. On the back here we have a speaker, which is going to be used for your speakerphone, also for media playing. 5-megapixel autofocus camera, dual LED flash. I'm sure you've seen this a million times, the kickstand that pops out. I'm a little bit worried about the kickstand. I'm not sure how strong it's actually going to be. I tried to push it a little bit. It's not that bad. You just got to be careful, especially if you have little kids around that are going to play with it. I keep worrying what would happen if this kickstand were to break off. How would you even fix that? This little notch right here is to get the battery cover off. You have a nice HTC logo in what looks like chrome. HTC HD7 bezel right here on the bottom. It's like a brushed metal, and it says the Windows Phone logo on the bottom. This whole back of the phone is almost made of plastic, with the exception of this HD7 bezel right here. I'm a little bit disappointed with the build quality. I kind of missed the HD2's hard battery cover, the metal battery cover. Also, if you look here, you have a little gap. I asked a few people that also own this phone. They're saying that they have the gap too. You could actually even see my SIM card right there. So if you look carefully, you could see my SIM card. It's a plastic battery cover. Let's take this off. It's kind of, you know, it moves, it bends. You know, I'm not sure how strong this actually is going to be. You have a 1230 milliamp battery in here. With my usage, I've been lasting not that bad for a phone with this big a screen. I've been taking it off the charger at around 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to charge it till around 9 o'clock at night, which is real nice. I do use Wi-Fi. I've been using Bluetooth lately with not too much effect on the battery life, so I'm pretty impressed with that. Fingerprints everywhere. This chrome on the side attracts fingerprints like crazy. Hit the lock button. To unlock, you just swipe to the top right here. 3 capacitive buttons. This takes you home. And if you notice right over here, I'm sorry about the glare, by the way. I did want to mention the lighting is a little bit off, just because I could not avoid the glare. This screen seems to be glass. Also, if you look real carefully, I'm not sure if I could get it, you could even see the grid that was very visible on the HD2. Since it is the same screen, I understand that. It does have a 1 GHz Snapdragon processor in here, the same as the HD2's 1 GHz Snapdragon processor. The main difference though is that this new software on here really makes it feel snappy. I know it's the old Snapdragon processor, there's all the talk about the new ones, but with this software you can't really tell the difference. One more thing I want to point out before I get to part 2 of my review. If you look on the top here, it doesn't tell you what network you're with or anything. It simply gives you the time. There's no battery life. You have to swipe down and it shows you your battery life right there, and it shows that we're connected to Wi-Fi. I'm not sure why that is. It's always gone, missing off the top. I'm sure it's not a glitch. I'm sure that's how it's supposed to be. It's just kind of weird. I figure that's something usually people want to know right off the bat, is what their battery life is at. So you simply swipe down and it pops down right here. This has been part 1 of my review of the HTC HD7. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to get into the basic apps, the phone app, messaging app, the apps that are built in from T-Mobile, and a few other things that you're going to really want to know about this phone. So please subscribe so you could catch my part 2. This is Mo for Phone Fight.